At Caesarea, there was a man named Cornelius, a centurion in what was known as the Italian regiment. He and all his family were devout and God-fearing. He gave generously to those in need and prayed to God regularly. One day at about 3 in the afternoon, he had a vision. He distinctly saw an angel of God who came to him and said,
"Cornelius."
Cornelius stared at him in fear.
"What is it, Lord?"
He asked. The angel answered,
"Your prayers and gifts to the poor have come up as a memorial offering before God. Now, send men to Joppa to bring back a man named Simon, who is called Peter. He is staying with Simon the tanner, whose house is by the sea."
And you know, it's usually when we're thinking about God and keeping our minds on God that God comes close to us. If you want angels to appear to you, keep your mind on God and off the things of the world. Go about your business. Go to your church. Go to your washing of dishes. Wherever you are, keep your mind on Him all day and all night long. And God will do something. You're drawing close to Him. You've got the world shut out. Just you and He are together. Draw nigh unto me, and I'll draw nigh unto you, saith the Lord. Think upon Him. David spoke that he was write His commandments up on the bedpost and meditate on them day and night. That's what the church ought to do, would keep your heart tuned in with God day and night, where it stands when He appears. Solomon said, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Begin to think that you're one of His children, that He saved you and He's good to you, and you love Him and He loves you. Don't just wait till you go to church or some convenient hour. Just keep Him on your mind all the time.
As Peter entered the house, Cornelius met him and fell at his feet in reverence. But Peter made him get up.
"Stand up,"
He said.
"I am only a man myself."
Talking with him, Peter went inside and found a large gathering of people. He said to them,
"You are well aware that it is against our law for a Jew to associate with a Gentile or visit him. But God has shown me that I should not call any man impure or unclean. So when I was sent for, I came without raising any objection. May I ask why you sent for me?"
Cornelius answered,
4 days ago, I was in my house praying. At this hour, at 3 in the afternoon, suddenly, a man in shining clothes stood before me and said, 'Cornelius, God has heard your prayer and remembered your gifts to the poor. Send to Joppa for Simon, who is called Peter. He is a guest in the home of Simon the tanner, who lives by the sea.' So I sent for you immediately, and it was good of you to come. Now, we are all here in the presence of God to listen to everything the Lord has commanded you to tell us."
Then Peter,
While they were thinking on these things, a stranger walked out. That's neat. That's when you go to thinking about Him. That's when He appears. They were talking about Him when He appeared. And that's the reason maybe He doesn't appear to so many of us. We talk too much about other things instead about Jesus. They were talking about trading cars. Something else, or the washing. What kind of soap powder do you use? Listen to the radio or some kind of nonsense. That's the reason He doesn't appear. If we just keep our minds on Him, let the meditation of my heart. He told Joshua, He said, "Meditate on these things day and night." David said, "I'll bind them on my bedpost." Sure. Let them stay inside of you. Think of them. Meditate upon them. And that's when He appears.